Hello, everybody. Welcome to Expert Matters. My name is Shruti, and we are going to discuss real careers where they meet real conversations. Today, we are joined by Deepak Bansal. He's a fabric marketing professional with years of hands on experience in one of India's leading textile companies. From handling client negotiations to launching new product lines and driving entire business development model, Deepak brings real grounded insights from the world of B2B marketing. So if you're an MBA student or if you're a PGDM student wondering how to build practical skill set, understand customer centric roles and thrive in core industries, this one's for you. Let's dive in. Thank you so much, Deepak, for joining us today. This means a lot.
First of all, thanks to you, ma'am. Thanks to you, Shruti, for inviting me here. I hope that your channel may grow very big. So let us start with the questions. I'll try my best to give the best inputs I can as per my knowledge and experience. So I hope the people may get best of it.
Thank you so much. Can we start by understanding about your journey in the industry, Deepak? Can you give us a little background about your education, about how so far you've been working with?
My education has started from a very small town. It was Bhilwara in Rajasthan. I've been to St. Anselm Senior Secondary School, and I'm a textile graduate. I'm a BTech, Bachelor of Technology, and I've started my journey with science background. Although I wanted to start it with the commerce so that I can go with BBA, MBA plan. But unfortunately, it was not my stream. I started with science. I did my BTech, but the destiny was in the marketing field, and it took me to the MBA line only. So yes, I have experience of 6 years of marketing, and I handle lots and lots of clients such as the Levi's, H&M, Marco Polo brands, PVH brand, in which you can consider Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, and buyers like these. So yes, it was a great journey, and I hope that I may have many more.
Amazing. And how does, it's a very, I think I've heard fabric marketing for the first time in my life, although there are domains and there are companies who are actively working into this domain. But for a freshie or for somebody who has not been into this industry or somebody who doesn't have a better understanding, core understanding of the role, can you help us understand what does your, role look like on day-to-day basis? What are your daily KRAs or maybe what kind of work do you do?
See, I would like to add one point also here that not even the fabric marketing is new to people, but also people are very new to the education also. They do not know that there is a professional course involved in textile backgrounds. They just think that textile is just about weaving the fabric, dyeing the fabric, or printing the fabric. But they don't understand that it involves many technical backgrounds as well. So it is very new to many people. Although textile colleges are available in India for more than 100 years. The oldest textile technology college we have in India is in UP, which is more than 100 years. It was since the Britishers were where we were ruling us. So It is not a very new thing to the market. But yes, the information is not available with many of the people. And as far as the KRAs are concerned, yes, we have responsibility to grow the business, to grow the organization, also to market not just the product, but the ethics of the organization also. Because an organization cannot survive without the ethics. The organizations who doesn't have the ethics may fall down in a year or a couple of years. Although it may sound a little fascinating that these organizations are growing with a exponential growth, but they fall down with an exponential downfall as well. And in KRAs, it is not a very much a special thing. It is just negotiating with the customers, marketing the products, meeting the customers regularly, meeting timelines, building up the relationships for the organizations, where in case of B2B, the business relations are very much important. So these are the basic regular activities which we do have. Although they sound a little bit easy, but believe me, they are not.
I truly get you. So it sounds similar to the traditional marketing approach, which, people follow, and the freshers who get into the domain of marketing and sales, especially, they also have the skill set or maybe, the activities which you just mentioned. They also have to negotiate. They also have to work on their, customer order, customer fulfillment. As a fabric approach, fabric marketing approach, how do you approach customer requirements? Because I'm sure it's not just a product or maybe just another service, because it's a whole different world. So what kind of customer demands do you have, and what kind of skill sets do you need to fulfill them?
You don't need any special skill set, but the only thing I would like to mention, that many people think that if you have done the MBA or if you have done a professional marketing course, then it is enough for any kind of marketing. Rather, I would say that you should learn a little more technicalities about the product as well, because I was also a BTech fresher who joined the marketing field, as I was already interested in it. But I also requested my superior management that I want to get a training approximately 1 or 1.5 year in the production line, because till the moment you are not aware with the products, till the moment you are not aware about the technicalities involved, you cannot bring the things into the practicalities. Because marketing is just not, it is just not about advertisements, or it is not just not about the white collar jobs. Many times you have to, you have to stain your clothes as well, going to the plants, taking the heat of the machines also. And what happens is that the basic thing which people do not understand is that marketing is not just about communicating with the people. It is also about building up a bridge which helps in communicating between the plant, the manufacturing people, and the end consumer. And that bridge can be a strong one only if you have the technical details. So that is the basic importance. Else communication, languages, each and everything can be learned, but the technicality is one thing which cannot be learned. It comes from experience. You have to, you have to get your hands into it. You have to take pain of it. And as
Makes
far as
sense.
fabric marketing is involved, it is not a simple marketing. What people looks like you have shown a fabric to, like when we go to a normal shop in the market, what they just do, they show you different kind of garments. Like they'll show you different kind of shirts, they'll show you different kind of jeanses, they'll show you different kind of pants, trousers, shorts. But the fabric marketing is just not like that. You don't know what kind of efforts have been made behind those particular good looking garments. It involves the tensile strength of the fabric, the tearing strength of the fabric, the washing fastness. Like the fabric does not get, the shades do not get faded when they are washed, when they are exposed to sunlight or something like these. So these kind of things do happen. And buyers, like when I'm talking about Levi's, it has a reputation in the market. It is not just about the brand value, it is also about the product. When you're going to a brand, you have a trust that I'm purchasing the most premium product available in the market, right? And that premiumness comes when the experts of these fields come across, they put their efforts, they put their minds, and then the result comes on.
Makes sense. It sounds very fascinating. I also want to understand, because in fabric marketing, I'm sure after listening to what kind of work model and what kind of bridges you maintain between the client and the manufacturing setup, of course there is not a one time conversion, but you have to build a long term partnership, or maybe a long term allegiance with the clients. So what is your process for converting leads into long term clients with your company?
See, first of all, as you said, that it sounds fascinating. Trust me, when it comes to the practicalities, it is not a fascinating one. It's a hard job. So first, you have to make yourself prepare for it, and you have to enjoy your work. Like many times when people come to this field, they say me that, sir, I thought that marketing is a white collar job. You just have to sit in the air conditioned cabins or air conditioned conference rooms. You just have to do the presentations in front of the customer, and that's it. And I many times I used to tell them, even I have a team of a few people, I used to train them as well. So I used to tell them, trust me, it is not a white collar job. It is not a white collar job. Because when it comes to your mind that it is a white collar job, you'll just have to be on your seat in an air conditioned cabin or chamber, then you'll face lots of struggles. And when it comes to making the converting the leads into the long term relationships, first of all, you have to understand whether this customer or whether this particular consumer falls into the basket or not. Because each and every organization maintains a basket, and you don't want the unwanted customers into the basket, obviously. So we have to firstly understand whether this customer has the potential, whether this customer has that much importance, so that we may spend our time, we may spend our resources on it, or we can convert it into a reliable consumer or not. So first, understanding is required. Second, it is not just about that you have just gone through, you have just overviewed the balance sheets and everything and you can understand the things. It is many times that you have to spend your time as well. Like you have to meet the customer multiple times, you have to entertain their inquiries multiple times, you have to prepare samples multiple times, and then after lots of efforts, many times you approximately 70 to 80 times you come to know that this customer was not the one which you were looking for, because this customer doesn't fall into your basket. So many times your efforts gets failed, but the 20 to 30 times when it converts into good results, yes, it becomes, it makes you happy.
I'm sure it does. What kind of challenges do you face in B2B marketing setup? Because I'm sure, like you just mentioned, that it doesn't just look fascinating. It's a lot of hard work put into, with a lot of course, internal production and designing team as well. So what are the major challenges, or maybe what are the basic challenges you feel in B2B marketing segment, and especially in fabric segment?
In B2B marketing, the major challenge is to maintain the relationships, because uh, many times what happens is the customer has its own ego. As a consumer, they has their own ego, and you have to massage their ego many times. Like customer is saying that uh, and what happens is that in B2B marketing, when the brands are involved, the shade matching, the parameters matching, it is very important. And many times you can see that the color is exactly matching to the standard which was provided initially, but just to massage their ego, you prepare one more sample, and convincing the plant for preparing one more sample, it's a tough job. Because at the month end, when the report goes to the senior management, that how many rejections were there, how many times we remade the samples, so it comes to the reputation of the plant people as well, to the technical management as well. So convincing them to prepare one more sample just to massage the ego, it is also a big challenge. Also, negotiation is also a very big challenge, because negotiating the prices, customer will always give you a price which is not feasible for you. Customer will ask for the best they can get, but you have to come across a negotiated price, and you have to lock the prices in between somewhere where it is a win-win situation for both of you. Because if it is not a win-win situation for customer, then he will not be a recurring customer for you. And if it is not a win situation for you, then it will not be a profitable business, and each and everyone is working for the profit only.
Makes absolute sense. While you just mentioned, while we are talking about your internal coordination with plant teams, manufacturing setup teams, and of course production teams as well, and when you report to your senior stakeholders internally as well, it is a lot of a challenge to convince everybody and putting them on the same track to be aligned with what customer requires at the end of the day. So it definitely comes, when you are in a client facing role, it definitely requires to work on strict timelines, long working hours, and of course urgent delivery setups as well. You specifically, how do you manage timelines and urgent client requests?
First of all, I have seen many people making the adventurous commitments or the over commitments. Like if a fabric has a lead time of you can say from the scratch, if you're making a fabric and it has a lead time of approximately 60 or 70 days, let's say for an example, many times what people do, I've seen many people across my organization also, my colleagues also, they make an over commitment. Okay, if the fabric has a lead time of 70 days, they commit 45 days just to get the order for one time. Just they have a greed of getting the big volumes, greed of that that image or reputation which they want to create in the organization, that see, I have got a big order in it. But what happens next? It spoils each and everything around you, because you do not meet the customer requirements. Now buyer is coming up with the claims. Many times it is the garment going by air, or the fabric is moved by air, which make a lot of cost to the organization. So such kind of things should be avoided. Also, when it comes to the timeline, meeting the timelines, as I said earlier also, when you have the technical details with you, that this is a kind of fabric, this is the core strength of my organization, this is the new product for me, or this is a regular product for me. And when you have the knowledge about the uh, organization SOPs as well, the standard operational procedures, so you have an idea about these things, then you can definitely make a exact commitment to the customer. Also, you can commit the customer that okay, yes, I can prepone the fabrics based on these things, yes, I can do these things for you. okay, if in this particular order I'm not meeting your timeline, for the next order I'll meet the timeline. You can advance book the capacities, you can advancely book the raw materials based on your experience with the customers, based on the trusts. You many times you have the memorandum of understandings, which we in usual terms we call MOUs. So such kind of things helps you meeting the timelines. And also it is also about the aggression and passion you have regarding your work. What I have seen in past 6 years of my experience, that people are not loving their job. When when a person individually, that's my particular way of thinking, I don't know how other people think about it. Many people do say, when I'm talking to my colleagues, that be happy you're working in Vardhaman, it's your organization. People used to say that it is not my organization, this organization belongs to Mr. SP Oswal. If such kind of thought is with the people, how their aggression and the passion will come across their work? Will it be possible? You tell me. So your
Definitely not.
when your interest comes into your job, when your passion meets your day-to-day work, then definitely your aggression will also come out. And the aggressive people make miracles.
Makes sense. That has a lot of clarity. Thank you so much for saying that, though, because a lot of students definitely have a parameter of compensation while they start working in the industry. So if they're not passionate, especially in marketing and sales domain, if they're not passionate about their job, they cannot kill it and sustain for a longer period of time. So thank you so much for saying and sharing that. My next question is, if any student who wants to build a career in this domain, what kind of skill set have helped you grow in your role over the years, and they should also start working towards them?
I think most of the points I've already added in the past conversation, because I don't think that any special kind of skill set is required. Like if you say about the communication, I would say, okay, my communication, my speaking skills, my soft skills were not brilliant, but they were okay for a marketing person. But as far as the passion and the aggression was concerned, I was always aggressive about my job. I was always passionate about my work. The only thing I would like to advise to the marketing professionals would be like, many people do not enjoy, like each and every marketing person or each and every MBA person will not get a job as a senior manager or a chief manager, right? Many people do have to start their journey from the ground level. Some of the professionals or some of the students do have to start with the door-to-door marketing. Some of the students may start with a very, not a reputed organization as well. So you should not be demotivated at that point of time. Be motivated, love your job, love your work, and always try to learn new things. Like I was not very, in my college days, I was not very much aware about the MS Excel skills, especially. So I would suggest if many of your students who will be looking at this podcast, I would suggest them, please learn the Microsoft Office professionally. Spend your time in it, instead of wasting your time in the reels you're watching through, instead of wasting your time to the web series, instead of wasting your time in movies and other stuff, instead of wasting your time with the rubbish friend circles you have. I would suggest you spend your time, spend your money, spend your resources on the skill sets, Microsoft Office skills, PPT skills. Like many of the people are not aware about the PowerPoint skills as well. They cannot even prepare a basic presentation on the Microsoft PowerPoint. Can you believe in 21st century students like these also exists? They do not know how to put VLOOKUP. They do not know basic formulas of MS Excel. I'm not talking about the advanced Excel. I'm talking about the basic Excel. They do not know how to prepare a pivot table. They do not know how to simplify the data. Is it really the 21st century India which we are looking for? When we say, let's make India together, are we building a great India together? So it is not about you individually. It is about the whole country and the pride of the whole nation. Because each and every student can become Sundar Pichai, or each and every student can become APJ Abdul Kalam. So I would suggest, love your work, be passionate about your work, do not get demotivated, and just put your feet on the accelerator and press it. Just play on the front foot. It's your time.
Wow, that was a power packed, conversation. It has full reality, full realism, clarity, and a lot of work, wisdom, and motivation. So I think you have your checklist sorted, you have your goals sorted, and you really, really enjoy and are passionate about your job. So I think that's a wonderful advice to give. My last question to you, Deepak, I really had fun talking to you, and this was a lovely conversation. But before we turn it off, my last question would be: what major advice would you give to MBA students who are just interested in sales and marketing and they want to kill it in them?
I would like to advise just one thing: do not trust on the bookish knowledge you have. I like the bookish
Mhm.
knowledge will come into the work. It will play a vital role in your day-to-day jobs, but just open your mind first. Go with the technical teams. Get your shirts dirty. If you're working in a manufacturing setup, go on the machines. Learn how the technical parameters get changed. Do not think that this is not my job, it's not my part of KRA. Why should I learn it? The technical team is available. Why should I answer the customer about the technical things? Let the technical team handle the things. It's not like that. If you want to create an image apart from your other colleagues, learn the technicalities. If you want to create, like, the basic thing I have learned in my life is the person who give 100% doesn't win. The person who give his 101% makes a sense that he can win, makes the chances of winning. So may do something unique which your other colleagues are not doing. That will make that will with that skill set only, with those experience and knowledges only, you'll stand apart from the crowd.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Deepak. This was a lovely power pack discussion. I really, really had fun talking to you. And I'm really sure that, the students who are watching this will get great wisdom out of this, with a lot of clarity and something out of the bubble they're living in. And of course, to the real life challenges and the importance of hard work. So thank you so much for saying and sharing that. I definitely love talking to you.
Thank you, and also I pray that your channel gets the biggest one in the country or in the world, and many
Thank you
people
so much
get
for saying that.
useful information from it. So all the best and best of luck.
Thank you so much for saying that, Deepak. To everybody who's watching this podcast right now, this conversation with Deepak right now, if you're someone who's exploring a career in marketing, sales, or operations, especially is in industry beyond the bus, take notes from Deepak's journey, and don't forget to follow Expert Matters for such amazing real life stories from real life professionals for your real careers. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you in the next time.
Thank you.